happening? Welcome to the latest edition of Tulsa Little Jam. I was blown away by these guys online, so I just had to have them. Welcome, everybody, Alexis Onyango.
This one's called Meet Me in the Pool. The water is cold, sending goosebumps up my spine, but the feeling will get old, and it will feel divine. Translucent masterpiece, take me away, hidden in my dreams, away from yesterday. Floating in the pool, and I always seem to swim back to you. Chlorine dries your skin, but you always get back in. The sun makes you glow, even when you're feeling low, and I'm constantly floating in the pool, and I always seem to swim back to you. Pouring water blues, like getting away from you. Meet me in the pool, I'll always be your fool.
This episode of Oil Fire's Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by...
If you don't know, this young lady is a senior in high school. I was blown away. My friend Brianna Wright of Nightingale was like, I try to make sure that the show is inclusive as much as possible. Women, people of color, like we try and keep it as diverse as humanly possible. And Brianna I said, I'm having a hard time finding some more female-fronted bands and stuff. And she's like, you gotta check out Alexis Onyango. And I was like, well, the name alone is cool. So I checked it out. And I was instantly blown away. Silver Linings was the song that got me, which I believe we're gonna hear later on tonight, right?
Yes.
Outstanding. So talk to me about that first song.
Meet Me in the Pool?
Yeah.
Meet Me in the Pool, I actually wrote that in Arizona. I was looking at a swimming pool, and I do these things called object writings. So I'll like pick an object, write about it, and I related it to a situation I was going through. Kind of like when you have to let go of someone in your life, because you know it's like not good for you. So it sounds like it's really upbeat and everything, but it's like, meet me in the pool, I'll always be your fool. Like you keep going back. But then towards the end, it's like you have to walk away. So boardwalk blues, walking away from you.
Sometimes my face says my words. So that was great. I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
And I think I definitely wanted to have you on the show because for me, I wanted people to see too that profundity exists in all ages and stuff. So just age should not be a dictator of experience at all. And I think that was super important to have on the show. So and you just proved it. So I appreciate that. So tell me about the next song that we're gonna hear.
Silver Linings.
Silver Linings. Okay. Oh, that's the one. That's the one I just said. It was the one that made me want to put her on the show. So I'm very excited to hear that. Looking forward to that.
This episode of Oil Fire's Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by
Staring at the wall, minutes turn to hours. Summer turns to fall, petals fall from flowers. Just because I'm not shining doesn't mean that it's not a silver lining. Just because we're not shining doesn't mean we're lost. Take your time, my dear. This race ain't gonna end here. Oh, we're just shooting stars, running through the backyard. Just because I'm not shining, it doesn't mean that it's not a silver lining. Just because we're not shining doesn't mean we're lost. Count the cost of my sins, break my heart, begin again. I didn't mean what I said. Break my heart, begin again. Count the cost of my sins, break my heart, begin again. I didn't mean what I said. Break my heart, begin again. Just because we're not shining, it doesn't mean that it's not a silver lining. Just because we're not shining doesn't mean we're lost.
This episode of Oil Fire's Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by
Tell me about Silver Linings. That song, by the way, like I mentioned before, was what got me hooked on your music. So talk about how that song came about.
I wrote that song about a year ago. My grandpa had cancer, and our whole family had to find hope in the situation, and we just kept saying look for the silver lining in the situation.
I assume because you lost your grandfather.
Yes.
Right. And so, but I think that's important though, probably for the person who's going through it as well.
Yeah.
To have
exactly.
that sense of hope from their loved ones
Yes,
as well. It makes
exactly.
it easier for that transition.
And it could be other situations as well, but just sometimes you have to look at the positive, even though there's a negative to it.
In case you need some life lessons, you can get it from any age, guys. Age does not, again, dictate your ability to understand the things we go through in life. I think that was excellent. Thank you for that. What's the next song we're going to hear?
Hazard Lights.
Hazard lights. Okay, well, I can't wait to see what that's about.
This episode of Oil Fire's Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by
I should walk right out the door. What am I waiting here for? 'Cause I don't wanna waste your time, and I don't wanna waste mine. I can still think of the day when I had to walk away. You were standing by the bar, and I was packing up my car. Am I the only one driving down this road? It's getting close to midnight. I'm all alone. I'll drive with my brights on. I'll turn my hazard lights on if you leave. Walking down this empty road, seems like my world's been turning slow. Maybe it's just me, or maybe I just need to breathe. Am I the only one driving down this road? It's getting close to midnight. I'm all alone. I'll drive with my brights on, turn my hazard lights on if you leave. Where do I go? Searching for a sign that I can find, that I can find. Where do I go? Searching for a light that I can find, that I can find. I should walk right out the door. What am I waiting here for?
This episode of Oil Fire's Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by
So how'd that song come about?
I took all summer to write that song.
Why?
All summer. Just going through a situation. Again. I just was trying to like find the words to put to it. And then I was driving one day home from Missouri, and it was really dark. And I just thought of the chorus, I'll drive with my brights on, I'll turn my hazard lights on if you leave. And then I just went from there. Took me all summer.
Yeah, but
To get
what's
to it.
give me the meat. What was the meat?
Behind it?
Yeah, what was it took you all summer? You're not telling the whole story.
See.
Someone knows.
Got my heart broken.
Ah,
Wrote
the
all
old,
about
old
it.
heartbroken.
Yep.
Okay.
So
You don't have to
same
tell
with
the
Meet
whole-
Me in the Pool. Just gotta walk away.
Gotta walk. Yeah,
Let it go.
exactly.
Yep.
He probably wasn't worth it.
No.
So there you go.
No.
Did you say he was not? He was not. That was the mom, by
That's
the
my
way.
mom.
The mom was
Parents.
letting the world know. And she would know. She would indeed know.
This episode of Oil Fire's Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by
I gotta get out of this small town. I need to see what it's like around the East Coast. I'm driving down these random streets like they're new to me, but they're not. Same old traffic lights, same old stop signs holding me back. But I know that if we go, these roads will lead me home. I don't wanna be stuck in quicksand. I gotta go to a newfound land out west. My baby came home a week ago. Let's get our things and hit the road. Brand new paved streets, loving the way you look at me. But I know that if we go, these roads will lead me home. Don't wanna look back, I don't wanna see this place I'm leaving, it's a part of me. Can't get scared, no, I can't hold it back. Gotta go now, all my bags are packed. But I know that if we go, these roads will lead me home. 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 Can't get scared, no, I can't hold it back. I gotta go now, all my bags are packed. But I know that if we go, these roads will lead me home. Home.
This episode of Oil Fire's Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you by
Audience questions, guys. Hey, we got a question right here.
Alexa, how long have you been singing?
I've been singing. I was 12 whenever I started singing in my room, but I started writing music about 2 years ago.
And where do you see yourself going with your music?
I'm hoping I go far with it because I love doing it. But I mean, everyone has a backup plan, but I'm going to keep this on the front burner. Just
You're
keep
really
going.
great, and I just want to encourage you,
Thank you.
singer-songwriter to singer-songwriter, the sky is the limit.
Thank you.
So when are you going to put more music out on Spotify?
I'm working on my EP right now. All the songs I played tonight will be on the EP. So the next release will be 4 songs.
Okay, next question.
Would you like to talk about how this particular lineup came together?
So we all go to high school together, except for our bassist, George. But the guitarist and drummer, they know him from jazz choir. And they're actually their own band called Kinda Collective. Yeah. They're really good. And I'm just lucky enough to get them to help me out. And they're great. Like, they're super good. I could not do this without them. And I played my first show ever, like big show, with Danny the pianist, keyboard player. Is pianist a word?
Pianist? Yeah, of course.
Is it? Okay, I said it and it sounded really weird.
It's also an Academy Award-winning film.
Okay. Anyways, the keyboard player, he played my first show ever with me, and I was lucky to get him to play again, and we always have a good time. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, you guys sound like you play together constantly. So I mean, I like that you guys are so young and yet you already have such a cohesive feeling to you. I think that alone says a lot about your potential longevitude. That's not a word. Is that a word?
That's how I feel.
What's the word I'm thinking? Your longevity. I'm making it a word for the kids.
Sounds like fun.
Any other questions? Yes.
You have such a beautiful and distinctive voice. I was just wondering,
Ah, sorry.
I was just wondering about who some of your musical influences are.
Bob Dylan, Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys. I love the Beach Boys. I grew up off of them. And then some like current artists, probably the Lumineers, Phoebe Bridgers. Thank you.
Oh, we got a question. Sorry.
All right, I'm 44 years old, and I was 18 once, and I knew everything. So, any advice for us older folks?
Just do it. Just go for it. Just go for it.
I think, by the way, that's good advice because if you've watched our episode on Cliff Diver, he mentions the fact that he spent 13 years, Joey Duffy, the lead singer.
Yeah.
He spent 13 years not following his dream. And so, I mean, I think that's an important lesson for everybody, young or old. It's never too late to actually
Just gotta do it.
to reach for your dreams. Yes, question right there.
So I play with you. I'm the guitarist in your band, but I still don't know, what is your favorite song that you've written and why?
Don't look at me. I didn't write the song.
Rick, I'm just kidding. Open Roads is my favorite one by far. And then we've added a ton to it, which made it like even better, like the harmonies.
Yeah, I thought that was
everything.
Open Roads was
Makes
actually.
the whole thing, makes it so much better than
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah. I put that up there with Silver Linings now.
Really?
Yeah, I loved it. I actually really
I'm so
liked
excited to record that one. But that one's definitely my favorite. And I think it relates to like a ton of people that are like moving away or going to college. We're all going to college soon, so helps.
All right, well, if there's that's it for the questions, guys. I'm going to say thank you very much to Alexis Onyango once again. Thank you very much.
And I'm constantly floating in the pool, and I always see